Hey everybody, so today we have with us the Fujifilm X-A1, which happens to be the cheapest mirrorless camera from the company. The way they've managed to do that is this is a fully plastic camera. I think the only thing metal about it is the hot shoe because you need metal to conduct the current and this one dial possibly. Anyway, so the whole camera is plastic, but it does have a flip out screen on the back like so, and it's interesting. This is a 16 megapixel sensor, APS-C. However, it's not the X-Trans sensor we've seen in every other mirrorless camera from the company, which probably shows that this is another area where they've managed to cut costs. So it's not an X-Trans sensor, but it is the same size as APS-C. It is still the same pixel count, which is 16 megapixels, but it does have the EXR2 processor, which allows the camera to be pretty quick when it comes to starting up, taking shots, etc. We've not yet tested out the right time, the right speed and everything, so we'll reserve judgment for that in our review. Just starting off with the camera, this shutter button is plastic, this little on-off switch around it is plastic. In fact, when we turned it on, we felt like we could possibly break it. Anyway, so there's that to watch out for. This is supposed to be a dial with which you can control your exposure. I'm guessing exposure compensation or aperture settings, etc. There is a secondary dial over here, which is where the thumb goes. It's actually pretty easy to use if you ask us, but that will depend on the size of your hand. If you have really big thumbs, then you'll have some trouble, but otherwise, should be okay. Then there's the usual pop-up flash, which can bend backwards like so in case you want to give it a nice fill. And yeah, that's pretty much the Fujifilm X-A1. It comes with a 1650 f3.5 to 5.6 kit lens. It's pretty standard. Although when you go buy the camera, we'd recommend that you go for a black camera with a black lens and not a silver. This combination's kind of, jarring, but whatever. So yeah, that's the XE1. It has a Wi-Fi chip. It's incredibly light, much lighter than the X Pro 1 and the XE1, which are both full metal bodies. Can't say about the XE2 because the camera is not yet out in the market, not in India at least. So there you go. This is a first look at the Fujifilm XE1. It's pretty quick, not just to start up, but to focus as well. And yeah, shoots pretty fast. It can go all the way up to, let's see, 5 frames per second. It does full HD video, but for some reason, despite 4 generations of cameras with the same drawback, Fujifilm has still not put manual control into film mode, which means that once you start filming, you can't change any settings. Makes no sense. However, they do maintain that their cameras are mostly for photographers, not videographers, so there's that. Anyway, to see how this camera stacks up to the competition and whether the lack of an X-Trans sensor puts this camera at a disadvantage when compared to the other Fujifilm cameras, I recommend that you watch the space for a full review coming soon. Thank you.